Too much of a big deal. This I don't know. I don't know about knife round win statistics. Does anyone keep track of that?
I don't think so. It's still one of the comical aspects of Counter-Strike. It's just an age-old thing that we do, just to select sides, and it's kind of a little bit fun. But on some maps, it really makes a difference. On Cash, not really so much. I kind of see Cash as a fairly balanced map in terms of like how well teams know it and how strong CT sides can be. An average scoreline would be kind of 10-5, 9-6 to the CT side, so it is CT favoured, but it's pretty balanced, as I said. By the way, guys, second map's going to be Dust 2, and the third one, if we need it, Inferno. And I kind of do think it will go down to Inferno tonight, to be honest. Dust 2, I could certainly see LDLC winning.
Yeah, it'd be a very reasonable. I mean, it's basically the case that any of the maps could go either way in theory. Just not quite as likely in this case, as LDLC do take away the the knife round, and they will be starting off on the CT side as predicted for the pistol round.
Absolutely. So we're going to be live into this semi-final. It's crunch time, and LDLC starting on the favoured side. Like I say, it's balanced in the way that most teams know how to play terrace and CT side, and it's kind of you can expect to get the bulk of your rounds on CT, but if you're switching over onto the CT having been on terrace side, you can still be fairly confident. So it's kind of a balance in that regard. But here we are, Fnatic on the terrace side. They're going to take their time, it looks like, in this first round. The bomb has just been dilly-dallying around the middle. MBK's pushed all the way through door. He's going to spark Crim's doing a little bit of damage. He's got some great information about where they are. Spots more than one. Gets a frag, actually. He's been very aggressive, and he's going to stay there. He's taking the gunfights to them. Smith has got a frag elsewhere, but JW finally finds MBK, and it's a 3 versus 4 situation.
Smoked off here, so JW isn't going to want to take that chance. But the rest of his team is moving over there, and smoke will clear soon. Looks like it's going to be the push onto A site any second now. Not want to, though, if they knew how close the majority of LDLC are. In goes the Molotov from Pronax, but Mids does take down another kill onto JW, who is really going to be signaling the demise of his team here as Flusher moves onto site, looks for some headshots, but can't find any. And nice, very clean pistol round from LDLC.
Yeah, really, really nice stack. Nice idea to send that NBK in as kind of a bait. He was a little bit of a bait there to reel in the terrorists, because they kind of thought, right, NBK's so exposed here, we're going to push him, we'll get that frag, and hopefully there'll be only maybe 1 or 2 more remaining members on the site. But in fact, it was a bit of a trap set up, laid in wait by LDLC, and they were very well set up for the A push. So good play from them strategically. They got their shots off, and yeah, good start. Happy, talking of good starts, is going to find the head of Olafmeister, and it's going to bring it to a 4 and 5. Of course, you would expect LDLC to win this round, having won the first one. They've got the guns. Fnatic have invested fairly heavily into this one, though. They've got quite a lot of pistols brought up, so they have gone for a bit of a second round buy, but it doesn't look like it's working out for them just yet.
Well, the Deagle always has the potential, but Flusher's already tried several times to land a few headshots and can't find any now. Can't really find his feet. They've just been knocked off by that grenade, and the team of Fnatic here is just really going to struggle, I think, to get anything done in this situation. 3 plays 5. Pronax throws around a few with the P250. It's just not a game of odds I would have played, but Pronax, apparently, he can play it and win it. That was a very nice headshot. Now he's going to keep making noise here while the rest of the team move towards mid as he gets another headshot. Pronax here looking like he may actually have the potential to turn this around. P250 in hand. Pressuring the site. Got himself a FAMAS. Meanwhile on A, there's more pressure being put down and only one man to stop the push. Happy, can he do it here? Yes, he actually can as he gets both the kills. But still, that suddenly turned from being a 1 round to being very, very scary there for LDLC.
Yeah, I mean, those are lovely shots from Pronax, kind of open up the sights a little bit, but Happy was on the A-bomb site, laid in wait, played that very nicely indeed, not making any sound. He had the UMP, and after he got the first frag, of course, Flusher, having been tagged to 4 HP earlier on in the round, was a simple kill to find. So nice play from Happy, and in the end they do convert it. But like you say, he got a little bit hairy there. Nice play from Pronax. Here comes a fast push from Fnatic, straight through main, without any smokes or flashes. This is because they couldn't really afford to get anything going into this round. going to be a full-out eco, a dry rush, as it were, and it's not looking too good for them. They haven't found a single frag yet, and now it's just flusha in a 1-on-5. Can he get a kill at least for his team? Make it a little bit more expensive. It's not looking likely. Happy finds the frag. That's going to be a solid start, 3-0 to LDLC.
So, LDLC have built themselves up a decent bit of bank here, honestly. That was a very, very clean anti-eco there, and you actually saw Happy playing around with the UMP, so he's probably gotten himself quite a bit of money from that particular weapon choice. But now is the chance for Fnatic to start making something happen. Got their AKs, got their smokes, looking like it's going to be the A play, not waiting around here. Well, I say that, and yet they are going to be waiting around for a while, not going to be going straight in off that smoke.
Yeah, had they gone in fast, that would have probably been the better decision, because initially LDLC put a lot of presence towards middle. They actually put 3 members there, very mid-centric hold, and that kind of resulted in leaving A bomb site a little bit exposed. So had the Fnatic gone in very quickly, it might have worked out really nice for them, but they weren't to know this. And here comes the set play anyway. Smokes and flashes rain out. It's going to be an A push. Let's see if LDLC can step up to the mark and defend this. MEK gets the first. That's a good start from them. But look at this. Fnatic, immediately after throwing the smokes and flashes, are rotating round. And Smiths is now aware of this, but he gets taken out. So that brings it to a 4-on-4. And the bomb site is in their control. The B bomb site has been taken. A glorious fake, no less, by Fnatic. 1-for-1 again. It's going to bring it to a 3-on-3. Pronax does find the kill on Kiyashima. Kiyashima probably should have done better in that situation. Had he got the frag, it would have been a lot more even round. It would have been a better chance for LDLC to get it. But there's JW finding the head on MBK, and now it's just Happy with the AWP left. Probably advisable to save it. Fantastic fake from Fnatic.
Yeah, they really pulled one off on them, and they did actually have a man very, very close, so it wasn't even like LDLC could re-rotate very safely there. Happy does catch Pronax out as he's leaving B site there, but should be able to save this, although JW is actually sneaking up behind him and has done so. He's able to finish it off as well. A little bit of spray, and now it's JW saving that AWP. So, 3-1. Fnatic take the first buy round. Did say LDLC has good bank though, so they will be able to buy up again.
They will indeed, so that's not too much of an issue. Shoxy this time around going for the AWP. Let's see where he's going to take that. Perhaps mid, perhaps B, depending on the spawn. They're quite dynamic with the AWP LDLC. I mean, obviously you've got Smith, who was always the first AWPer for very games back in the day. But there's Shoxy with it in his hands, finding the kill on flusha. Like I say, they could probably give it to 3 or 4 members on LDLC and expect to get good work done with it. But this time around it was Shoxy. But there's Olifmeister returning. He has got the headshot. And another one, Olifmeister. Fantastic stuff from him. But there's Smith. He's still alive and kicking. He brings it back to a 3-on-3. And a lot of damage dealt onto Fnatic actually without really much ground gained. And there's Kiyashima on the flank, making sure Olifmeister doesn't have an easy time of rotating round. That's going to bring it to a 3-on-2. And actually this time round it does look like it's going to be an LDLC round, as long as they don't let JW go crazy like he did last night with that orb. It should be their round. Actually, Pronax finds the kill on Smiths. That's a 2-on-2, and if they choose to go to the same bomb site, they could make it work for them without doubt.
Shoxy is covering it and has the AWP in hand, so he will get that first kill now. JW, he needs to find 2 shots. Setting up the bomb here could actually be a great windfall for him on that front. Will he get out of there in time? Kiyashima did not peek immediately. Surely they will have heard where he was now. He misses the first shot, and that's going to be his death. Still, did get the bomb plant down. Worth it for the money. And if LDLC shut down any attempt here from Fnatic to build up any rounds.
Yeah, look at this. They've picked up another AWP, so they're going to go for a double AWP setup. That's interesting. Already, you know, having got 4 rounds on the board, they've just won a buy round there with 1 AWP. Changing up to 2 AWPs is quite a drastic change of setup. So clearly that's something they've practiced, or maybe they're just going to spur in the moment. You know, they just fancy it. And actually, yeah, Smith's picking up the AWP. So the guy that I said used to AWP is going to go hand to hand with Shoxy with the AWPs. And talking to weaponry, Fnatic, not looking great for them. They don't have guns brought up. There's JW. Finally some frag on Kiyashima. Caught him off guard. He wasn't expecting such a fast push there. MBK and Happy both combined though. So that's going to bring it to a 4-on-3. And, well, JW's still alive, doing good damage at CZ. But as long as LDLC play this well, play this together, make sure they set up as pairs and don't isolate the one-on-ones, they should be able to win this. And actually, look at that. Beautiful stuff from them. Not dropping another member at all. That's going to be the 5th round on the board for them.
Yeah, that was quite an aggressive push there from LDLC. So even though they got the first kill, Fnatic then lost 2 very, very quickly afterwards. So, double AWP setup works on the anti-eco, but where are they going to go with it now? It's actually not Smiths holding onto the AWP anymore. Happy and Shocks being the ones. Like they're just going to cover both sites with them. Could be a little bit vulnerable if we see an A set play, but not now, because Crims has already been dropped.
Yeah, and that's his bomb, by the way. He's got 0-7.
Oh my god.
Look at that combination. Pronax with 2 frags. Nolifmeister finds 1 as well. That's going to be the A-bomb site firmly in their hands. They're going to plant the bomb. Thank you very much. And the question is now, do LDLC want to go in for the retake? Do they want to risk the guns? They're doing okay monetarily speaking. They've got plenty of money, so if they could probably afford to go for it. But it looks like they're going to save. So reasonable decision in the end. A 4 versus 2 situation, retaking the A-bomb site. It's not such an easy task. So they're deciding it's probably worth saving. Actually, look at all the grenades and such picked up on Shoxy and Kiyashima. So yeah, good decision actually. I like this. They're going to save these guns, hopefully take these into the next round. That's going to be 5-2. So Fnatic answer back with a fairly simple round. Nothing too strategically brilliant, nothing too elaborate. They just opened up the door at A and split up from main. Got a few picks, got the entrance onto the A-bomb site. Simple as you like. Got the frags, got in. And so that's going to be their second round. Of course, they're going to be carrying on with the guns. And there's JW with the orb. That's a menacing sight. If previous experience, and especially last night, is anything to go by. Or the night before, I think it was. The last time we casted him anyway. Shoxy has got an AWP in play, and both teams fully equipped. Let's see if LDLC can stop the momentum straight away on Fnatic's side, or are they going to gather some rounds here on the terrace side?
Well, that's probably... Okay, that's not really going to give too much momentum either way, but JW is pinned down. However, Flusher creates a kill elsewhere. JW still stuck with NBK, crosshair pointed. He's going to come out of that hole. He is not going to live very long unless there is smoke, and that is going to be his death. But immediately afterwards, NBK peeks, leaving us now in a 3-on-2 situation. Shocks is covering from... Will he get the first kill? Yes, he will. Pronax can't get the second, though, and that is going to leave them very exposed here. Happy rushing across the map here. M4 hand, but it's going to be tricky. Only 1 flash, only 1 smoke to work with. This site is going to be tricky to retake.
Sure is, but he spotted 1. That's Flusher. His position is compromised now, but I mean, the thing is, even if he gets in and gets Flusher, exactly, even if they get him, obviously Olafmeister's still alive. He's just going to be able to hide and check it, and you know, as long as they play that well, it's impossible to lose virtually. So that's going to be well played from Fnatic. That's going to be 3-5, and they answer back with a couple of rounds of their own. Bear in mind, guys, I said it at the start, this is a CT-sided map. Some people kind of misinterpreted what I said when I mentioned it was balanced, but I won't go into that again. Expect kind of a 10-5, 9-6 scoreline for the CTs. So the CT side is a lot easier to play, and with Fnatic already getting 3, you know, they're kind of creeping up to the scoreline of LDLC on 5. It's a relatively close scoreline, and actually LDLC on the forced buy. Shux has got plenty of money, but the rest of them don't. If they lose this, it could well go to 5-all, and that's a very good score for Fnatic to be on in 2/3 of the half already played.
A lot of it comes down to this, though. JW peeking mid. Over the top, but not finding anything straight off. Looks like it's going to be a fairly heavy commitment, but JW has created that pick after all. Gets Smiths. Now covering vents himself, while the rest of the team is also creating kills for them on the A site there. Olafmeister looking very, very good. Gonna pull back. Move now across towards B, most likely, but they've got so many people to work with. This should just be an easy case of closing it out.
Yeah, I agree. Should just be exactly that, especially with the way Fnatic play Terrace. I mean, the first buy round we saw them with a really an elaborate, really nice strategy, and they pulled it off so well, and it was so effective. But since then, they've kind of been splitting and picking. They've gone back to the basics. They've just been getting frags across the map and pushing sites in a very simple manner. And they kind of make it look easy when they do this. They just gather a bit of confidence, and it becomes very easy. Kiyashima in a very tough position to be in to hold the bomb site. As soon as somebody goes in checkered, you're completely screwed because you've got to worry about so many angles. So that's not really going to work out if checkered isn't covered, and it wasn't. So he got down without... Well, he got 1 frag, didn't he? But then he got taken out. So he wasn't able to defend the bomb site. MEK now with 8 HP is in a 1-on-3, and of course he wants to save this gun, but of course Fnatic don't want to let that happen. They're going to hunt him all day long. Actually, I think JW's already
Awkward!
Yeah, he already walked past him there. If he turns around and gets him, that's 5-4.
That was a sneaky case of ring around the rosies, but it actually worked against him there. So JW has time to line up the headshot, gets it for some reason on the stationary target, who was just praying to Christ nobody walked past, and very, very cute there. JW putting himself into positive KDA now. It's actually worth noting Grim still has yet to get a gun on 9 deaths.
Wow.
But Flusher and JW right now are looking like it couldn't be easier for them. They've pretty much closed out this round, and it's, what, 40 seconds in.
That's ridiculous. He hasn't even had an assist. He's on 0-0-9, and Fnatic have still got 4, probably now 5 rounds. That's quite incredible if you think about it. I mean, essentially they're playing with 4 players, and they've still got 5 rounds.
He's tanking bullets, man.
It's crazy.
God, don't you play MMOs?
No, Counter-Strike. In Counter-Strike, if you're not doing anything, you're basically just you're a dead weight. So he needs to step it up here, Crims. And I say that, the team are carrying it. It's just remarkable, getting my head around the fact he's not really done anything, and they've still got 5 all square. It's a scary thought for LDLC.
You've got to shout out to Pronax here, though, because he's been
that's true.
just so scary.
And he's the in-game leader as well, so the in-game leader... Like, in earlier versions of Counter-Strike, the in-game leader was kind of never expected to frag as much, but in Global Offensive, you do need to be able to frag as an in-game leader. It's quite a lot more about just aim and stuff in this version, but yeah, with him leading the team and getting all the frags, it's a very impressive performance from him. And both teams bought up, so let's see if LDLC can come back and dig their claws in and get a few more rounds on the easier side, so they certainly need to.
Certainly going to try for it. They've got double AWP again. So maybe they can create it. This time it's Smiths. No armor. Who actually pushing mid right now with shots. JW is about to peek. Is he going to find it? If anyone find it. Doesn't look like either of them are actually going to go for it. But in the end, JW peeks over and he will get taken down there by Shocks. They were ready for that play. Let's create that advantage. Crims now very, very low on health as well. He's been tagged up from somewhere else. With Flusher going down, it's looking like it should be LDLC's round now. Gonna be
especially with that nice frag from Happy, it's going to be tricky indeed. I mean, they chose the right bomb site with A, and there's actually Crims with his first frag. Welcome to the scoreboard.
Yeah!
And he does it with 2. He doubles his score in an instant. Misses a sitter of a shot though.
That would have been
great, but he misses it. And there's Smiths. He doesn't miss his shot. Now it's Pronax, the man that's really been performing. But in a 1-on-3, he doesn't step up big enough. It was going to be hard for him, wasn't it? They were circling him from every conceivable angle. And LDLC do pick up another round. Having lost, I think, 3 in a row, it's going to be 6-5. So they're going to now want to convert this to at least 9-6, 10-5 kind of region. Otherwise, Fnatic is certainly going to be the more happy of the 2 teams. Bear in mind, this is their map, though. Fnatic did choose Cash. And the Dust 2 will be LDLC's map, and then 3rd, Inferno. So don't fear, LDLC fans. Bear in mind, you know, if Fnatic win this, I wouldn't say it's expected, because both teams would be expected to be able to play this map, if you understand. But I do feel that LDLC might have a better chance on Dust 2. So that's what I mean by I think it should go to 3 maps. Anyway, Fnatic pushing in fast, and nice smoke kill from Kiyoshima.
I'd say it's Fnatic's style of map. Flusher able to just push out and take kills whenever he wants to. And right now, Shocks is actually pushing up very aggressively. JW has killed Smith, so Shocks just kind of has to guess where Fnatic are going to come from. If they're going to come at all, because NBK is making a mission of stopping them here. Flusher throws out a grenade. Shocks still patient as you like. Waits for them. Never sees them because they are going to rotate away now. BK has predicted this move, is a few steps ahead and already on the A site. It's Fnatic style. They do almost always seem to rotate away if the first push fails for them, which doesn't happen that often, so we don't get to see it. But Here comes the push. MBK waiting on the side. We'll actually see Olofmeister looking the wrong way. Gets a 1-for-1 trade, though, leaving us with Flusher versus Shox. This could be incredible, but he's finding him as he plants, and that is going to mean that the round goes the way of LDLC, but it was a bloody battle to get it.
Indeed, lovely play though from Shoxy, really patiently walking all the way around there, getting an easy frag onto Flusher in the end because he's unaware of his position. So that is going to be the second round in a row. They come back, and do they force the eco? No, they don't. Fnatic had built such a good bank. They're going to be able to keep buying, and maybe even buy again if they lose this one. So they really did accumulate some cash. So both teams equipped, and having won 2 on the trot, LDLC are looking in better form. Fnatic really haven't felt the need to use any more elaborate strats since that first buy round, so let's see if they're going to do something a little bit more hastily, and this is actually a lot more hastily. They're going to be pushing this A-bomb site very quickly, and SJW with the opening frag onto Happy, and the site is virtually theirs, or is it, as MBK rotates in, and there's Smith with the frag as well. JW gets another one, but there's Shoxy from behind. Can he get another? Yes, he can. Oh, that was actually MBK, but there's Shoxy with his with another frag for himself, and with 2 members going down, that's it. A lovely hold actually from LDLC.
Yeah, props to Shox. They're sneaking through the smoke. They just weren't ready for that. It was a very aggressive move by him, and by the way, it looks like they aren't going to be going for a forced buy here. They are going to try and even out the money, though, so they've got a Deagle to work with. CZ in JW's hands, as well as some armor and a couple of smoke, so not giving up on this round completely. Shox going to try and turn fire. If he'd had a rifle there, I've got to say, I think JW would have won that one.
Oh yeah, Shox on 2 HP, pretty lucky to survive that one actually, but he did, and there's another member going down for Fnatic, and another Smith finding that frag onto Olofmeister. Looks to be a fairly simple anti-eco round conversion, doesn't it? They look like they're in control here, and actually that's the bomb dropped in middle, and if LDLC catch wind of this, it's virtually the round in the bag, to be honest. They just need to cover the bomb. Crim's now last man, and he really hasn't been performing so far, so let's see if he can get a few frags, boost his confidence a little bit. He's not going to be able to, and MBK makes damn sure of that, and with 5 remaining members, they take the round, so that's 9-5, and like I said, if LDLC got to 9, I think they would be fairly happy, so if they get this round, it's a bit of a bonus, and Fnatic will probably be the ones with more work to do going into the second half. Of course, the pistol round has a lot of bearing in that. We'll just have to wait and see. This round, I'm not going to say it's irrelevant, but you know, if either team get this, it's not going to have too much of a bearing in the game overall.
It's just a round, basically. It's not. There's no further permutations. There's no economy that's going to be involved in this. Both sides had enough to buy pretty much whatever they wanted. So, Fnatic looking like they're going to be playing a site here. BK, who's done a lot to stymie Fnatic's pushes in the past, is waiting around, but meanwhile, Kiyoshima found a kill elsewhere. Doesn't really matter. The push on is not working out for Fnatic, and JW is the last man. He's just got to string together some incredible shots here if he wants anything from it, but it's just not going to happen. JW goes down, and LDLC take the half pretty well there, 10-5.
Yeah, good stuff from them in the end. They won 5 in a row. So they won 3, lost 1, lost 2. So yeah, Fnatic strung a few rounds together at kind of in the middle of the half. But since then, LDLC came right back on all the remaining rounds. So a good half from then, 10-5. And now this is a round that Fnatic will most certainly win. If they win this, it brings the map much more even. But if LDLC win it, then expect them probably to go 13-5. In which case, that's quite a big margin, quite a big gap for Fnatic to come back from. So, like I say, Fnatic will most certainly want this. 3 members set up on the A-bomb site, and it looks like LDLC are going to be going into this setup. They've left mid, interestingly enough, Fnatic, but they are holding A with a lot of force. So let's see if it's going to work out for them. First frag going the way of, wow, look at that, Fnatic with 3. Mid-sentence, I have to start because Fnatic with a beautiful hold. And now it's just Happy. He goes down. Lovely frag from JW, and that's going to be a very solid hold indeed, 10-6.
Yeah, so they take the pistol round. LDLC, it looked good for them. They actually, I think, got the first kill there with a headshot, but didn't really work out in the long run. Going to be seeing a scout buy here. Shox is going to try and get something done with that. Not on mid. He's going to move towards A right now, but the rest of his team throw out a couple of shots and move away. So, playing it fairly spread out at the moment, but not a lot of presence towards A.
Not yet, so they're just, you know, filling them out, making sure there's no aggression, and then decide where to go. Scout picked up on Shoxy, and actually they've got a couple of CZs in the mix, so they've invested, you know, quite a lot actually. This is second round buy effectively, so they'll want to at least get a few frags. Yeah, exactly. We're seeing kind of a mirror of what happened in the first half, so they'll at least want to get 2 or 3 frags. A bomb plant would be ideal. Well, winning the round would be ideal, but you know what I mean. They've invested, so they certainly want some return for their money. Shoxy taking point, misses that shot on middle. Doesn't get the frag. And actually MBK spots the guy in mid. That's Flusher. He drops. So that's a 1-for-1. And look at Fnatic's health. It's not looking too great for them. If LDLC can get in and land their shots, it's only going to take a few bullets. And that's going to be plenty of kills. Olifmeister tagged to 9 HP. Finds 2 kills though. Kiyashima finally takes him out. But the damage is done. And Crims is going to come from the rear, doing a lot of damage himself onto LDLC. But Kiyashima with a headshot onto Pronax. But Crims finishes him off. And that's going to be a Fnatic round. Very expensive though.
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking for parallels between what happened last half and this half, that is absolutely not the way it went when LDLC were dealing with that forced buy from Fnatic. That means they are going to be struggling a little bit more here. Looks like JW is actually going with the CZ right now, so he is holding on for that AWP. Does create a little bit of a vulnerability though, if they could create another win here, because LDLC, they've gone for another forced buy here. This is an interesting way, I suspect, of trying to exploit that money problem on Fnatic. They're going to be rushing onto the site here. Pronax is there, but gets nothing for it, and now the site control has dropped almost immediately. No one down on the side of LDLC. Suddenly 2 drop. 1 grenade there does take down Kiyashima. They are starting to drop members, but with Shock still left alive, they didn't know where he was. Now, should be a lot easier for them to just cover the bomb, and Shock's, he's going to run on, but down is going to get him much. He actually gets 1 kill, and nope, doesn't save the MP7.
Yeah, so actually fantastic round from LDLC, all things considered. They did invest, they did buy CZ, so like I say, they would want at least 1 or 2 kills. Ideally a bomb plant, but they, you know, they got it into a, right at the end there, it was a 1-on-1 and they got the bomb planted. So successful round considering they only had CZs, but they need to get a few more rounds on the board now. Fnatic have won 3, and this being the first buy round is pretty crucial for both teams. Opening up well there for Fnatic is JW. We wouldn't expect anything less from him. He's on 17 HP, and they have his permission. They have his position.
They have his permission, sir.
They don't have his permission to kill him. I'm sure they do not. But they're going to kill him anyway if they can. And interesting setup from Fnatic. They've kind of exposed themselves at mid. They've left it in the control of LDLC, and they're going to worry about A bomb site instead and cover it from the ramp. So if LDLC work this out and exploit that, and actually they do have Shoxy, I believe, in the middle, so they know mid is in their control. Whether they want to split up the A bomb site or the B bomb site with it is their decision, of course. Actually, the bomb is waiting outside B hall, so I would expect Shoxy getting in the vents is going to indicate they're going to split up this B site. There's 2 defending members here for Fnatic, so could be an interesting one. Oh, damage dealt through the wall. Shoxy doing damage. Crims is on the side. Let's see what they can do. Does get the first frag. He's going to have to do 1 more than that if he wants to make sure that the bomb site is secure. And he only gets the 1. Smith finds him. There's Flusher with 2. And Olifmeister with a lovely headshot. Silence is happy. So in the end, a very convincing hold with only Crims dropping. Nice stuff for Fnatic. That's 10-9.
Yeah, so for all that their eco rounds have been very, very good for them, LDLC, the fact that it was 2 forced buys in a row, and then they got the AKs taking themselves down to almost nothing now, means they are going to have to eco this completely against a full lineup of weapons from Fnatic. So, not going to be an easy call. They may just rush onto the side. They've got their 1 flashbang, and it's been used already. Grenade received in return. Looking for some kills here, but not having an easy time of it, as you'd expect. They do get 1. That will probably be enough to keep happy.
Yeah, so that's going to be the 5th round, if I'm not mistaken, picked up in a row since switching. Of course it is. It's 10-5. So Fnatic not losing a single CT round yet. So LDLC, they haven't really managed to pry themselves into any holes, any gaps in their defense that Fnatic are leaving there. Doesn't seem there are any. They're just holding very, very well indeed. So this is a round LDLC will most certainly want to pick up, get themselves going on this terrace side. Otherwise, it might just be a little bit of a one-sided affair, having switched over second half. JW, is very aware of the boost. It might be imminent, and he knows this. Did he just tag Kiyoshima through the wall to 12 HP? JW's at it again. More antics through the walls, and he gets another frag onto MVK. Shox drops down from the boost spot. Does find Olive Mice. That's a 1-for-1. That's going to be pretty good for LDLC if they can push in here and find another frag. Through the smoke, Flush alerts in the middle. He's doing reasonable damage. He's spraying through the wall at exactly the right place, but doesn't seem to be doing any damage through it. But LDLC very, very tagged up. There's another frag and another from JW. Lovely stuff from him. That's his third. And with, well, he's killed all three. So there's only too many members now. And now it's just Happy since Flush had just found Smith. So can Happy clutch this? No, he can't. That's JW's fourth. Take a bow. And that's going to be Fnatic's sixth in this second half. They're looking pretty strong on the defense.
Yeah, this is a suffocating difficulty for LDLC. They've struggled to get anything done when they're actually using the AKs. Honestly, it worked better for them when they were just rushing in with the DZs or trying to catch someone out with a scout, but part of their economy strategy has prevented them from getting an AWP for a very long time. It was cute, it was a nice adaptation, but it may actually have worked against them in the long run here. LDLC, though, not out of this yet. 10-11 on the harder side, but still, potential is there. Crims, what's his KDA this half? A lot better. He's doing better this time. He's just going to be hanging out near B, waiting for some opportunity to present itself.
Indeed, and with a minute on the clock, LDLC certainly biding their time. What are they going to do here? I can't really tell yet, because they haven't really made any advances towards either side. It's just lurking around middle still. The bomb's actually gone towards B, so they might be trying to split up B from the vents, and that's exactly what they're doing. JW's probably wise to this. He's going to go over towards this B site, because he saw the smokes. He didn't see the people, but he's aware this is probably what they're doing. Smith's taking point. He is the first man in. Let's see what they can do. Crims opens things up, gets the headshot. MVK answers back. There's JW, of course, finding frag. And Flusher comes in out of nowhere, gets 2 AK kills, just runs through the smoke, finds those frags, and all of a sudden, Shoxy is the last man remaining. So once again, a very solid defense. And then JW finishing things off in fine fashion. And that's going to be their 7th on the CT side, 10-12.
Yeah, looking very, very nice right now for Fnatic fans. Looked a little bit shaky in the first half, and I honestly wouldn't have placed Cash as being quite this heavily CT-sided, but hey, it's working for them right now. CT seems to be pretty crushing whoever's in charge. Obviously, one game is not really a fair sample size, but Smith is going to try and push onto B site now. The Molotov behind him. Didn't seem to see where it came from, but he's not going to get punished for it immediately. He's actually snuck around Flusher. However, with the rest of Fnatic and really just JW as well, crushed through LDLC again. They are unable to push any site.
They really are struggling, aren't they? They just haven't found an opening at all the whole second half. So things were looking fairly good for them. They had 10 rounds going into the second half, and I said that's a reasonably good score. They could be happy with that. But Fnatic, of course, they won the pistol, and since they just haven't let any weakness show at all. They haven't opened up themselves at all in any way. No gaps, no nothing, no nonsense. They've just won every single round convincingly. They've been so strong on the CT side here. So let's see if LDLC can finally find a round. They're going to be going in slowly this time. I like this change of pace. MBK walks in, finds the kill onto Pronax. This could be it. Finally, they've got the opening. 4 plays 5, and the bomb site is nearly in their control. And I say nearly because Flusher and JW are still alive, and they've both got frags. And now it's a 3-on-3. JW is going to push through this. Wow, the forklift there with the CZ gets the kill. He's still going, gets another.
How is he alive?
He's just flicking to the heads. He's just impossible to frag, and he's just killing them all. And there's Olive Meister finishing things off. And that was looking good for LDLC, but then JW just comes in and destroys them all again. And that's going to be 10-14. And they've just come up against a brick wall in this second half, haven't they? Yeah,
they are really, really struggling. And part of it is they never seem to quite have enough money to really oil up the wheels, basically, before they go in for push. I mean, this time, look, for instance, there's not a full stock of grenades. They don't have a full set of stacks. We're not seeing set plays onto A. They're just kind of walking in, and, well, that worked out for them last time with the entry frag. As you say, then all it took was the clutch from Fnatic, and they get it again. Very similar scenario here. They're going to be rushing onto the site. I suspect Smiths may have just taken most of NBK's health off there, but regardless, they have got control of the site, and Shox has actually found a pick elsewhere onto Flusher. JW on the other side of the smoke is going to predict that push from Shox, so 2 plays 4.
Yeah, finally something looking good for LDLC. This could be the comeback. The comeback's still real, guys. I mean, 14 to 10. It's numerically possible. They can still do this, technically speaking, but it's just looked so difficult for them. But they finally get around. Of course, the flip side of that, the negative aspect of that, is that they've reset their money. They do not have a loss round bonus now. Having lost so many rounds in a row previously, they were gifted 3.4k, and now they don't have anything. So they're going to have to rebuy, and the money isn't great for them. Double up setup for Fnatic. They've got plenty of cash. They're swimming in money, and they just need 2 rounds now. So let's see if LDLC can get a back-to-back round and accumulate some bank. Otherwise, it could be game, set, and match, because they're probably going to be on the eco.
Okay.
On a lovely bit of lag, and it's not looking good for LDLC. Kiyoshima's in a 1 versus 3.
Almost prophetic. I was going to say, though, at this point, the lost round bonus isn't really doing a lot for LDLC, except maybe, funding their retirement, because they had no rounds to work with anyway, so they're not going to begrudge the loss of it, but they are going to begrudge the loss of that round, which we didn't catch what happened, because unfortunately, as you saw, there was some time travel going on, which is what I prefer to think of it as. And that instability in the space-time continuum is going to mean 15 rounds to 11 right now, with JW catching out happy as well. This now looks pretty much game, set, and match. Smiths is going to try and turn it around, though. Does get Olafmeister. So, is he going to predict someone invents, though? That's the question, because Flusher, he's waiting. He's going to see it now. That flash is going to give the game away.
Yeah, it's a nice 1-for-1. That shot from Smith was pretty nice. And well, Kiyashima just got tagged to 40 HP there. And it looks like they're going to be going towards this B-bomb site through vents and middle again. They've had some reasonable success gaining ground. But as soon as they get in the site, Fnatic always just come and retake it. But Smith has got the opening frag going into the site. But Pronax is still alive. Finds 2.
Oh, no.
And JW gets the frag. And there's Pronax. And he finishes it off for Fnatic. That's going to be 11 to 16. And it's quite fitting that Pronax got that ending frag, because he was really good on the terrorist side, being the in-game leader, performing so well. But of course, a shout out JW, 3rd